I've been working on my 2023 goals list. Stay tuned to see what I just picked up that comes right off of that list. Welcome back, comic book fans. This is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and today I've got a short comic book haul for you. These are books that I've been picking up from eBay and Comic Link in a recent auction, and these are all books that are coming off of my 2023 goals list. They're not huge books, but they're definitely books that I've been working on series that I've been working on, and I think you'll enjoy these books. But before I get into this box and this envelope, definitely hit that like button, slap the subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you guys won't miss out on any of my new content that I put out on Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. All right, so let's get going. Let's get into this box and let's see what we've got. All right, guys, so here we go. This is the first box here. This is right off of eBay. And these are some books that I have been watching, and I've actually got searches on these books as an auction and as a buy it now option, because if it comes out as a buy it now and it's a good price, I'll try to snap it up. If it comes out as an auction and it starts low, I want to keep an eye on it, because what I've noticed is a lot of people are listing these books as 9.8s, and these are all going to be 9.8, so there's no going to be any surprise there. They've been listing these books at extremely high prices as buy it nows on eBay, and it's outrageous prices, to be honest with you. And I've been trying to get this series. It's a 12-issue series. I've been trying to get them all as 9.8s. And I've got a handful already. And I've been able to pick up a couple at really below, I guess technically below fair market value, although these right here are coming in closer to fair market value. So a little bit of a deal, but not a huge deal. And they really packaged the heck out of this thing here. As I said, it's 4 slabs, and what they did was they had probably about, of the 12 issues, and I'll show you what they are in a second, as soon as I get into this box. I used a lot of tape here. I'll show you what the series is once I get in here. But of the 12 issues, I've been trying to get some of them graded myself, and I've had some success, but I've had some failures at 9.6, 9.4. So when I kind of reverted back to looking at some of the auctions, what I found on 2 of the other issues I picked up is that, boy, they just went for well under what fair market value is. These here were all listed at the same time, and you've had a lot of people bidding, so it did bid up the prices a little bit more than I would have liked. And again, 2 of the 4 especially came in at really close to fair market value, but 2 of them came in a little bit under, but definitely higher than I would have really liked. So let's just get into it here. It's a bit of a mess. But looks like each book has been individually bubble wrapped. Still has the bag on them. Sorry about this. I know this is great video, right, guys? But I want to get them all out. You don't need to see me going through all of these too much. But all of them look like they are in good shape. Let me get them out of the bag and board. Hang on. Hang on. We're getting there. All right. So, let me just show you. They're not in any particular order. But they're all from this series. This is Marvel Comics Presents the Weapon X program, the Barry Windsor Smith series from issues 72 through 84. Now, like I said, I've got a couple of these already as 9.8s, and that is the goals list for this year, is to get all 12 of these as 9.8s. This wasn't a hard goal for me, but it just kind of stumbled into it, especially when I was able to pick up a couple more of these at really, really low prices, well under fair market value. These again were all coming in closer to that, but got a little expensive because I put all 4 of these into one order. Saved on shipping though, that was good. But here we go. This is issue number 78, and we got a 9.8, and no surprise, 9.8 on that. And the last issue, number 84. And this actually is probably one of my favorite covers, because it's a 2-page spread, full cover. And if you lay it out flat, you've got that full picture of Wolverine with his claws and the blood everywhere. And just a great series. I own this as I think I've got 2 9/4s in this. This was a tough because it's a thicker issue, and it's black and dark over here, and it really can pick up spine ticks, just like any comic can pick up spine ticks pretty easy, but they show up really easy on this. So there we got issue number 84. That was 78 to begin. This is actually, I love this cover as well. This is number 77. And out in the wilderness like this, kind of understated, but I kind of like this. Most of the other covers are close-ups of Wolverine himself. This one had a little bit more of the environment, and I really enjoyed that one. And then the last one was this one here, the number 75. So at this point, I think I'm down to about 3 of these left that I need to get 9.8s on. I know issue number 79 is one of those. I have to double check now, but I will definitely at a future date, I'll go down and I'll see which ones I'm still missing, and I'll be looking for those. So stay tuned, and we'll at some future date, and I'll definitely show that off. All right, so the last books are in this envelope right here, and I've already opened this up, so I didn't want to wait for this video to open them up. I literally, when I walked in to do this video, the other box had just gotten in, but this one has been here for a couple days, and I've been sitting on it. And these are books that, again, are all for that 2023 goals list. But this is the one series I'm not too much worried about the grade. As long as they're in that 8.5 and up range, I'm real happy with it, because it was a beloved series from my childhood, and really it's the stories that are the genesis for a lot of the Infinity Gauntlet stories later on, and of course the movies in the MCU. And let me show you what I'm talking about. This right here is a copy of issue number 29 of Captain Marvel. It is one of my all-time favorite covers from the early 70s. This cover right here alone, just so iconic. Bought from Jim Starlin, and in fact I've got a signed copy of this. I took it down to Heroes Con last year, my raw copy that was really good. In fact, I thought about getting it graded, but I ended up just having him sign it. I probably would have sent it in to CGC and had it witnessed and everything down there, but I remember that con from last year, and I remember that was the first foray into getting books signed at a con and sending to CGC, and all I know is that the money was flying out of my pocket so fast I couldn't keep track of it. It had gotten complicated. You guys who have done this a lot more than I have probably were kind of laughing at me, but trying to figure out where all the fees were. I mean, you have the artist fee that sometimes the artist will sign your book, well, for a particular fee, but if he knows it's going to be CGC, they'll want more. And then there's the fee from the facilitator, and then there's the CGC fees on top of that. And wow, I mean, and I had just done Jim Steranko and John Romita Jr., and I'm trying to think who else, but all I know is that I could live without this book being CGC'd with Jim Starlin's autograph. I was happy to have it as a raw copy. But I've been collecting the whole run of Captain Marvel, Jim Starlin, from issue 26 up through 34. And this was a series it was the Thanos series, this Thanos storyline. In fact, the issue number 26 was the very first cover appearance of Thanos, as well as his second appearance. And just absolutely, I remember having that book as a kid. It featured the Thing, and I always thought that Jim Starlin was probably about second or third best Thing that anybody ever drew after Jack Kirby, particularly. And just absolutely loved the way he drew him in the early 70s, and loved that issue, and had Super Skrull. You can't go wrong with Super Skrull, right, guys? And you had Thanos, and just absolutely great start to the storyline. Well, this cover right here was just fantastic, and this is, if I remember right, this is where Captain Marvel gets his cosmic awareness, which just adds to his power, and just absolutely love this issue. Favorite cover of that whole series, to be honest with you. And as you guys notice, it is the older label, so this will have to be going into CGC for a new reholdering at some point, but no hurry. we'll hold on to this and we'll get this in. And we'll definitely take, since it's a little bit older, we'll take a look at it and we'll see if it maybe can benefit from a clean and press, and maybe I crack it open and we resubmit it at that point. But regardless, that's a great issue. And then the second one has become, over the last year or so, has become a super hot comic, and is this one right here. This is issue number 27. And this right here, if I remember right, now you see I've got an 8.5, and I'm actually pretty happy with this. Both of these books I got off a Comic Link for well under market value, fair market value, and especially this one right here, which has been a real hot comic. You've got the Thanos Star Fox. You've got Mentor, that's the father of Star Fox and Thanos. You've got Death appearance, Super Skrull and Avengers appearances, Drax cameo. But this has been a pretty hot comic. First cover appearance by Eros, or Star Fox. He was later named Star Fox later on, I think in the Avengers, when he had joined the Avengers in the, 227, 28, 29, 30s, I don't know, something around that time. And anyway, this has been a pretty hot comic, but the value in this has really dropped. I had picked up a raw copy of this that I paid way too much for last year at Heroes Con that I wanted to clean and press. And this is one of those things, if you guys are doing your own cleaning and pressing, you've got to be really careful at all times. And I was doing a little bit of a clean on the spine, especially on the back, not obviously on this issue right here, but on the copy I had from a year ago, and pushed a little too hard right here and caused a nice little rip in the side. And I'm like, you idiot. You idiot. These are the mistakes that you make. This is one of the reasons I don't really clean press for other people. I'm scared that a mistake will happen to a book of theirs, and I don't want that to happen. If it's my own book, it's my own fault. So, it's on me, and that's okay. But I got an 8.5 on this. This is really nice. And again, and maybe in particular this one, I will take a look at it and see if it possibly could use a grade bump by a clean and press. Now, it is a newer slab, and it's been recently done, because you can see that it's got the QR code right there. And I'll definitely check out the notes and see what it says. But if it comes out to just some spine stress, I mean, the corners look really good. But if it turns out to be something like foxing or spots, stains, things like that, I probably will just leave it alone and just be happy with it. And again, I said that I was happy getting any of these issues 26 through 34 as 8.5s are up. Most of them I'd rather have is in the 9s. The 9.4 is very acceptable. I'd love to have them as 9.6s, and someday on the Raws I may strive to try to get those 9.8s, but in the meantime, I'm real happy to have this in my collection. I think I'm down to, actually, I may be down to just needing one of these to finish up the 2023 goals list on Captain Marvel here, as getting them graded, and getting a graded version of it into the PC. So real happy with that. Short comic book haul for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this reveal on all of these, and hope you like these books. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think of these books. Have you read these books, and have you enjoyed these books? I'd love to know. Just leave me a comment down below. And again, that's it for today. If you guys are ever interested in any of the books that I feature on my channel, definitely reach out to me at collectorauctions@yahoo.com, or DM me on my Instagram account. Or you can definitely check out what I have listed for sale on my eBay store or on my Shortbox page. All these links are below in the description. But again, that's it for today. Thank you for spending some time with me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you for the next show. And remember, as I part, every comic has a story.